How's it going, everyone, and welcome to a new Sea of Thieves guide video. For this video, we're going to be talking about the best way to make extremely fast guild levels. Now, you may notice I posted a video about this a while back, but that has since changed since Sea of Thieves released a new patch that makes hourglass battles less profitable for getting guild levels. So to stop that from happening again, in this video we're going to be talking about every method you can use which will accelerate your guild level at the fastest rate possible. Before we get into that though, one lucky person in the comment section is going to be getting a set of serpent sails. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below your favorite method to make guild levels. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So the previous method to make a ton of guild levels, and this still is effective, but it's nowhere near the most effective way, is by doing hourglass dive battles. However, fear not, because every 5 or 6 wins, depending on your level, in an hourglass fight will give you one whole level of reputation for your guild, so that's still viable, but not the best way. Of course, this could be lessened with streaks, but you'll find out pretty quickly if this is the method you are going for. Moving on, the new balance entitles that selling treasure across all companies does greatly increase the guild progress, and this gives us a lot of options. In no specific order, first of all, we have the classic Fort of the Dam stack method. For 2 full Fort of the Dam completions, you will earn 1 complete guild level, assuming you have a level 5 emissary attached to the cell. If you are a level 5 Reaper emissary or guild emissary, of course you will get a slightly higher increase, but it's not going to be drastically different. Personally, I'd recommend you run the Sovereign flag or the guild emissary flag while doing this, but if you do want to opt for the Reaper, that is entirely doable as well. On average, a Fort of the Dam completion cycle does take around 10 to 15 minutes for me, so assuming that is the same for you, and of course assuming you sell the loot, every 30 minutes you'll be earning a guild level per crew that's on the seas, and every hour you'll be earning 2 guild levels as a total. Now that's just per crew. If you do have 2 crews of the same guild going out and doing this Fort of the Dam method, of course that doubles, 3 crews it triples, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. Now it's worth mentioning again, you need to sell these items for this to go through. Just completing the Fort of the Dam unfortunately is not enough and won't get you the levels. You can also partner this with getting different fish from around the island, cooking them and selling them to the Hunter's Call, giving you some reputation as well, because yes, fish and meat does count as items sold for guild levels, which I guess technically that means you could spend an entire day just fishing and you'll get guild levels, but yeah, I haven't done that. Someone try it, let me know if it's effective. So there's method 1, the Fort of the Damned method. Moving on to method 2, the Gold Hoarder method. Now this is one that was overlooked originally, but has now got a massive buff assuming you do it correctly. For this, you're either going to need the Sovereign Emissary up or the Gold Hoarder's Emissary. The choice is yours. There's not too much of a difference, but of course if you are maximizing guild level, then opt in for the Sovereign flag, assuming you have it. Now it's absolutely no surprise that the Devil's Roar is an unused area, but that's pretty much going to play into your advantage while doing this method. So first of all, get your Emissary up, then make your way to the Devil's Roar. From there, you're going to be doing Devil's Roar vault voyages. Whether you get them from your captaincy guild or you buy them from the outpost, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you stock up on different Gold Hoarder vault missions so you can get this done more effectively. From here, you're essentially going to be collecting the keys and holding onto them. You don't want to do the vaults right away. Instead, you want to stockpile as many keys as you can. Ideally, you'd want to aim for about 4 or 5 keys collected on your boat before you go to do the vaults. Now, you may be wondering, how come we're not going to do the vaults? We're just going to collect the keys. The reason is because there is only 2 vaults in the Devil's Roar. The first one is located at Fetcher's Rest, which is the Eagle Vault, and the second one is Ashen Reaches, which is the Sun Vault. And usually you'll get given a vault which is furthest away from the island that you are at when you do complete the voyage. Now, of course, that's not all the time, but it is most of the time. So if you are, say, towards the top of the Devil's Roar and you complete 4 key grab missions there, it's most likely going to turn out that all 4 of those voyages will give you keys to the same vault, which is the furthest one away from where you are currently. So it'll make the vault completion process a pretty seamless task, which can be done in sub 30 minutes. And of course, the Devil's Roar does give you an increased sell value for Ashen items, and this does indeed stack over to guilds as well, so you'll get a slight increase for Ashen items sold as opposed to normal items sold. If you do want to see me doing this, you can check me out on Twitch. I do it every now and then live, so that's linked in the description, or you can just go twitch.tv/sin. But this is essentially the method. It's also worth mentioning mentioning that while you are doing the key grab voyages, if you do have an X on the map before the entire map is unlocked, you can dig it and you'll complete the voyage. So that's really useful. And on top of that, if you do choose to do every single dig spot, you're going to notice some minor loot will drop every time you hit a dig. So you can pretty much toss up whether or not you want to put the time in or not. Another thing you can do passively as well is look for gems or mermaid statues around the place. They are valuable too. You can also sell fish, like I mentioned, for the FoTD Method, and that'll give you extra reputation as well, as there are a few sea posts in the Devil's Roar. And in conclusion, that's that method sorted. Now onto the third method, and that involves the Skull of Siren song voyage. This one is quite risky. It's pretty much as risky as Hourglass Dive, so do it at your will if you do want to. If you want to stick away from it, you totally can. Just go into another method. But essentially, you're going to be doing Order of Souls voyages until the Skull of Siren song pops in the server. So you'll be doing your normal Order of Souls voyages while doing the Emissary quests. That's pretty stock standard simple. But when a Skull of Siren song voyage does pop up, you're going to want to prioritize that and go through the process. I don't really think I need to explain this method, as it does make pretty basic sense, but just in essence, do Order of Souls voyages, collect the Emissary quest, and when a Siren song mission pops up, do that and be ready for combat, as it is really effective to make guild levels. Just remember that you only get the guild rep when you sell the items, not by completing the different missions. So if you do have a shit ton of loot on the boat and you are competing in a Siren song voyage, maybe sell that before you push too far into it. It's up to you though. But anyway, that's the new Skull of Siren song method. That may be patched or nerfed in the future, so just keep an eye on that. Who knows? Moving on to the final method in today's video. Now, this is a combination between doing world event stacks and Merchant Alliance shipment missions. Essentially, you're going to be grabbing different shipment missions and doing them passively while sailing around the world doing different world events. To make this really effective for guild rep, you do want to use the Sovereign's flag, or you could go for the Reapers if you are doing a bit of a drastic approach and you want some nice variety and possible PvP that may come with it. Now, the event completing is pretty self-explanatory. If you do want a nice spread of loot, doing world events is the best way to do that. But the reason we're going to be choosing the merchant shipment voyages to partner them is pretty simple. While doing these merchant shipments, you will be going down and grabbing a ton of loot for completing the final section. As well as that, every single ship that you do dive into in this voyage has a massive excess of rare fish and cooked meat. And you really shouldn't underestimate how important it is to collect these meats and sell them to the Hunter's Cool for a nice guild boost. The balance of how you do this is completely up to you. It's very open. You don't have to follow a specific method to make the most out of this. It's very subjective to how you or your crew wants to do it. So one of the joys of this method is it's most likely going to be different every single time you do it. So with that being said, they are your methods to unlock a ton of guild level moving forward. If you did enjoy this video, a subscription and a like would be greatly appreciated, as it shows me that these are the videos you want to watch. And of course, share it with your friends and guildmates if you do want them to maximize your guild reputation and give you the best chance possible of hitting the top of those ledges. Also, if you are doing that, remember I'm giving away a Serpent sale. All you need to do is leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on ideally, and comment down below your gamer tag with your attached method of making guild levels. And if you want a chance to win some more stuff, you can check out my Twitch, that's linked in the description. I try to do daily giveaways over there as well. With that being said, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you are around the world. And I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Goodbye for now.